Okay, can we just talk about how expensive everything suddenly got? Groceries, ridiculous. Rent, don't even start. Even coffee, that little escape from reality, somehow costs the same as a lunch used to. Like, when did life get this expensive, seemingly overnight? I'm not an economist, I'm just like you, trying to pay bills and survive. But I've been digging into it, and honestly, once you connect the dots, it all kind of makes sense in a really messed up way. So let's talk about why everything suddenly costs so much. You remember those lockdown days where everything just stopped? No one was flying, shopping, or going to work. Then, out of nowhere, the world just reopened and everyone wanted everything again, all at once. New furniture, new clothes, travel, takeout, like we were all trying to make up for lost time. But the problem was, the world was not ready yet. Factories were still closed. Shipping was a mess. So, too many people wanted stuff, but there wasn't enough stuff to go around. And that's when prices started creeping up. Because, as you know, with supply and demand, when there's low supply and there's way too many people wanting the supply, the only way to even it out is to make the supply expensive so that less people want it. So that's when everyone started throwing the word inflation. Like we all suddenly became experts. But here's how I see it: inflation basically means that your money doesn't stretch like it used to. The burger that used to cost 15 Rand previously now costs 17 Rand. Your paycheck didn't change, but the world around you did. That means now everything costs more and you have less to spend. And it's not like one big thing caused it all. It's a mix of supply problems, crazy demand, and companies realizing, hey, people are still buying even if the prices go up. So they got greedy and prices just kept on creeping up. Then there was that weird time where you just could not find anything you wanted in stock. Remember that? You'd order a couch and it said arrive in 10 months. Or try to buy electronics and everything was out of stock. Turns out the supply chain, basically how stuff gets from factories to stores, was a total disaster. There weren't enough workers, gas was expensive, and shipping containers were stuck in the wrong countries. Companies had to pay more to move stuff around, and we got the bill, as per usual. But here's the part that makes me livid. Once everything got more expensive, companies realized something. People were still paying, so they kept prices high even when their own costs went down. Some people started calling it greedflation, and honestly, yes, that definitely fits. Because during this whole mess, while the rest of us were cutting back, majorly cutting back, might I add, some big companies were reporting record profits. Like, cool, I can't afford eggs, but at least your shareholders are thriving, right? It's wild when a box of cereal is now so expensive, but the explanation is apparently the economy. Okay, let's talk about rent. Basically, because wow. During lockdown, interest rates dropped and everyone wanted to buy a house. That made prices go insane because, supply and demand. Then inflation hit, so government raised rates to slow things down, which made mortgages more expensive. And since fewer people could afford to buy, everyone started renting, which pushed rent prices up. Now we're in this weird trap where you can't afford to buy, you can't afford to rent, and you can't afford to move. It's like the economy version of an inescapable escape room. But here's the part that hits the hardest: our paychecks did not catch up and are unlikely to ever. Yeah, maybe you got a small raise, but when you compare it to just how expensive everything became and how much prices jumped, it's not even close. Groceries, electricity, gas, rent, all rising faster than wages. So you're technically earning more, but you're actually poorer. And that's why so many of us feel like we're working nonstop and still falling behind, leaving many people to feel so demotivated to work, because what's the point of working your life away if you still cannot afford the things that you want out of this life? And if that wasn't enough, things just started to take a turn globally, and not for the good side. for the bad. Wars started to mess up the food and energy supply, extreme weather damaged crops, and fuel costs went through the roof, which made it more expensive to transport literally everything. It's like every problem in the world took turns kicking the economy, and we all know that once transportation goes up, that cost trickles down to basically everything else in the supply chain and makes the end product that much more expensive. So our governments tried to fix it by raising the interest rates, which is supposed to make people spend less so prices drop. And yeah, inflation slowed down a bit. But now credit card bills, car payments, and loans all cost more. So if you're in debt, congratulations, you're paying extra for that too. It's like trying to stop a fire by flooding your house. Yeah, the fire's out, but everything's still ruined. The weird thing is, prices might not drop back down. Once things get expensive, they tend to stay that way, just slightly less painful over time. But people are adjusting, I guess. We're shopping smarter, growing food, finding side hustles, living smaller. It's definitely not ideal, and I know most people don't want to live that way, but fortunately, us humans are ridiculously good at adapting when we have to. So yeah, life really did get more expensive, and not just because of one thing. It's a mix of pandemic chaos, supply problems, global disasters, and yes, a little bit of corporate greed sprinkled on the top. I use a little very lightly. And the people paying for it? Us. The ones just trying to live. The working class. And I'm just someone who's quite frankly tired of opening my fridge, seeing half the groceries that I used to, and realizing I spend twice as much. But at least now I kind of understand why. And hopefully this video made you understand why too. If this made sense to you, drop a comment. What's the one price jump that shocked you the most this year? Mine's definitely coffee. Coffee should not cost that much because at this point, especially with how much we have to work to keep up with costs of living, coffee is a staple. Anyway, hopefully things get better soon. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.